everybody, I'm Artistic Flair, and today I'll be teaching you how to make these pine cone flowers in a vase. Let's begin! So I'm basing my color scheme on fall related stuff since we are in fall. So I got from Joann Essentials, green leaf, from Apple Barrel, Harvest Orange, Apple Barrel, bright red, Dazzling Metallics, Venetian Gold, and Apple Barrels, bright yellow. A cup of water, and any kind of brush. I'm using a flat brush, as shown here. And lastly, your palette. And you can also get some string, which if you saw on our design here, we had string. But if you guys don't want to decorate your vase, you don't need to get the string. But we will be going out for pine cones and twigs. Stay tuned.
So, after a while of walking around, I finally found some pine cones. We're gonna put it into our little baggie. And over here, I found some twigs. Now we're just gonna add those in another baggie. And then we'll have everything ready for our crafting project. Let's begin with the crafting.
Okay guys, so now that you got your pine cones, grab a couple of them. Okay, so I already have all the colors right here in the palette, and my brush is already ready. So now we're just gonna start painting them. So I'm just gonna choose my first one. Let's go with this one. So getting our brush, wetting it, and let's start with red. You wanna cover everywhere in the pine cone. And there are gonna be areas where you can't get because of the brush that you might be using. And I'm using a flat brush because it's easier to get in most of the bigger areas. And you can design this however you want, and you can also use whatever color you want. I just decided to go more with the fall theme because we are in fall right now. So, painting our next one. Now it's easier to paint in where the flow kind of goes in. So if you're starting in from the center, you can come out. It's easier like that. Follow the direction of it. The paint will soon go on easier. Now each pine cone comes in different shapes and sizes. You can decide which colors you want. And you notice how these ones have more of a flowery type while the other one didn't at the bottom. This one's more rounded, like let's say sunflower, and this is more like a regular flower. Okay, and since we're in this fall type weather, all the green is starting to go away, but there's still a lot of green around. So why not give that over to our pine cones too? Ah yes, yellow. It's the color that all the leaves start turning into. That's when you know fall is really coming. As a question of the day, what are your guys' favorite season? Now place it down in the comment section. And who knows, we just might like the same season. Or you might like the same season as someone else in the comment section. Okay guys, I already painted on the pine cones, but now we're gonna get a jar. And of course it's recycled jar, so it could be anything, whatever jar you have lying around. It could be made out of glass like this one, or it could be made out of plastic, metal. It can be made out of metal, depending on whatever you have that's left over. Because we are trying to recycle everything in the woods or in the park or your own house, wherever it is you guys got your sticks from. We're gonna measure them according to the size of the jar. So depending on how tall we want them. So like this one's way too tall. So we're just gonna cut out a little bit. See, that looks a lot more better. But I'll probably flip it over this way because this side's more pointy, which will be easier to place into our flower. So you got this one that's extremely long. This didn't even show up in camera view. This one's too crooked, so I'm not gonna use this one. Unless, if you guys want the ones that are crooked, you could do that, but yeah, that crooked ones, I'd say are a bit more difficult to work with, because now you just gotta work with combining it in with the flower. So, just trying to get the right size here. And they're twigs, so they're easy to break apart. So I just want it at that height. It's perfect. So next what we're gonna do is bringing out the glue right here. Okay, using F6000, you can't see the label and it's too hard to open up, but it's F6000. So you can get this from Walmart. If not, you can always use a glue gun and you have to get the refills and all that. If you're afraid of using glue guns, or if you don't want to go out and spend the money for glue guns and replacement, F6000 is your next best bet. So I'm going to show you with each of them. Getting our pine cones, I'm going to show you with two of them. So the golden one and the red one. So this one, I'm going to put it into here. So we want it to fall in right here. To do that, getting our glue gun, gonna place it in. Now careful, it's hot. You don't want to touch it, okay? I know from experience. My hand knows from experience. So once you have quite a few, you're gonna put it into here. Kind of hold it into place. I'm just checking if it's dry in yet. So once you held it for a few, we're just gonna put that one off and let that kind of sit and dry. We're gonna keep it in a flat position so that it will not fall apart. Now I'm going to show you with the F6000. I'm going to show you with the F6000. So, getting our stick. Now I'm just trying to see which side I'm going to be using. I'm going to be putting it in like that. This one you just dab it on. This glue is a lot more harder, so you need to add in a lot more pressure. Now I'm putting in just about enough glue. This one is cool to the touch, so you just stick it into there. It's very sticky, so. Once you got it right, you leave it there and then you just let it dry. So we're just gonna lay it flat. Of course, if you're using the glue gun, your project will be glued on faster since it's using hot glue. But since the F6000 is a cool glue, it's gonna take longer. So you're gonna have to wait more. So just keep that in mind. And then we're just gonna let this dry for a few, or until it stops, falling apart. But anyways, yeah, be back in a few. Okay, now that you have all your flowers ready, you can also decide if you want to color the stem, but I like the wood color. So I didn't paint it green. But if you want to, you could do that. So again, you just want to make sure you have them in the right size, and you could just start laying them in. See, because these ones, I'm gonna just cut these ones down. I'm gonna cut another one short, but let me see how far. Okay. Just so that we have a difference in size. And I also had a few other extras lying from a different project that I had in mind. But I think we can use it in for this video, which is a different kind of pine cone. It's the sausage pine cone is what I call them. Well, the other ones are more like burgers. So we're just gonna add that in. If they fit. If they fit! Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna just zoom out here so you guys can see. I'm just rearranging everything. So if you guys want to add in a bit more extra designs to the outside of the jar, you could paint it or do whatever you like. I'm just gonna add in kind of a string like yarn. And I'm gonna put it into the base, but you guys won't be able to see it too well because I already had the flowers placed on there. So I'm just gonna do a simple knot right here. Show you guys in a moment once I have it all tied up. Now the string's just a little bit too long, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it out. And see, and there you go, a simple vase made out of pine cones. And you know, you got the vase from recycling from tomato sauce, and the flowers from, you know, your walks outside, if you guys went outside. So pretty much all you just needed for this project to actually go by is probably the jar and then just empty it out, and the paints. But, you know, the glue too, but this project actually didn't cost a lot. Since I already had the colors, I already had that covered, I already had the jar. I just needed to go out and get the pine cones and the sticks. So yeah, that's a pretty easy project. Thank you all for watching.
Please give a thumbs up if you tried this tutorial or if you like this video. Comment down below your favorite season, and if you followed along with the video, what kind of color scheme did you come up with? Did you go with the season type or did you go with normal flowers? I'd like to hear what you guys did. Comment that down below. As always, stay creative. Bye!